All right, so number 10 on our list, we got RuneScape. There was a time when RuneScape absolutely dominated the online gaming. Like, if you had played an MMO back in like the early 2000s, this was the game you would be playing. RuneScape is an awesome game. I love it. It's really fun to play. It is and it's also a browser game, so it actually plays inside your browser, which is really, really, really cool. It's still around today and actually has a cult following on Twitch TV. A lot of people still play it. A lot of people still stream it. It's a really fun game. It's kind of like World of Warcraft, but for free. Except it does suffer from sort of the pay to win, pay to play. You'll find that if you start playing it, a lot of the cool things you can do have to be part of the members. But it's still really, really fun to play. Really fun game to play. A lot of the MMOs that are around today, like World of Warcraft and Guild Wars and stuff like that, are built around the concepts in RuneScape, and it's free to play. You can download it and make an account right now and play it, and it totally deserves a number 10 spot in this game because it is an iconic game. It is sort of like the all-time, everyone knows this game. It's a really fun game. It's kind of like Neopets, but way, way, way better. More of an actual game, much less of an online community. So RuneScape, there we go, number 10. All right, number 9, Minecraft. So if you've been on the internet in the last 10 years, 5 years, at least 5 years, it would be almost impossible for you not to have heard of this game. It's an indie block building game that's become insanely popular and is played by little kids and adults alike. More YouTube videos have been made about this game than almost anything else out there. Although you do not have to be... I do not belong to the Minecraft crowd, but I know a lot of you guys probably do. You've seen the Minecraft icons, the little logos, and everyone makes those silly videos about it. It's everywhere. It's played. It's like a ridiculous, ridiculous cult game. It deserves a spot as one of the best online games out there, even if some of you may not agree. The game is not free to play. It can be purchased for around $26 on the Minecraft website. But if you do not want to pay the $26, there are plenty of free-to-play options out there. My favorite is Roblox. You guys play a game called Roblox. It is a very similar game. In fact, I like it almost a little bit more because it focuses more on the actual building instead of the collecting stuff, the mining, the actual crafting, which I think is kind of boring, kind of takes away from the creativity of the game, whereas I just like to get right into the 3D modeling and the building. Some of you really like to build all the crafting and stuff like that, and I know that's all part of the fun. But give Roblox a try if you are not interested in Minecraft. However, with that being said, Minecraft is a fantastic game. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, well, Minecraft's a terrible community. And yeah, it does have a lot of kind of nerdy, geeky, dorky people that play it, but it is incredibly popular. It is a huge, enormous game. I totally suggest you guys try this game out. Take my word for it. It is an amazing game. I don't know how you have not heard of this game, but it definitely deserves a spot as one of our top games, and certainly in the number 9 spot. There are better games out there, and those will be on the higher tier. But for number 9, Minecraft takes the cake. All right, number 8, we got World of Tanks. So what happens when you take a MOBA genre and mix it with a modern warfare genre? You get a game like World of Tanks. This new game has gathered an enormous following. It is a relatively new game, 2013, I think it's like 2014. Came out with a huge following the last couple of years. And it continues to grow and grow. You see this game on Twitch all the time. It is played. It is huge. If you like MOBAs or shooters, definitely give this game a try. I like both. But first-person shooters and MOBAs, you kind of combine the two, and you get a game like World of Tanks. In fact, it's like kind of like a World War II modern tank-style game in this big online battle arena. You have several different maps. You have several different game objectives, and you blow up each other's tanks. Now, that may sound like a cheesy, kind of stupid game. Don't. It is an awesome game. You got to give this game a try. It is a free-to-play game, like most of the games on this list. There's a couple that aren't, but most of the games are free to play. It's also incredibly competitive, too. So it's a very intense, competitive scene to it, and it is growing. Like I said, the fan base, the tournaments, and everything continues to grow with this game. The idea of battling tanks may sound weird, but like I said, give it a try. It is nothing like a terrible racing game that you may be inclined to believe. The gameplay is extremely addicting and fun, and after you get into it, you may never leave, so be warned. World of Tanks certainly takes the number 8 spot on our list. All right, number 7, Smite. Smite is the first MOBA on our list, first real MOBA anyway. I don't think World of Tanks really counts as a MOBA, although it's kind of a genre, kind of a mix. Smite, unlike your typical MOBA, Smite is in a third-person view, so you have your typical bird's eye, kind of almost real-time strategy view. Well, you have Smite and is a third-person view. It requires you to manually aim and auto-attack, and as well as aim most of your skill shots. So it's kind of like almost they took a fighting game and they put it into the MOBA genre. Very interesting, kind of unique sense. And yeah, battles feel much more up close and personal due to the fighting aspect of the game and the strange kind of close-up camera angles. Like most MOBAs, however, Smite is free to play, has a large player base, a competitive ladder, and it continues to grow. It is a new game, and it's kind of designed to compete with some of the more popular MOBAs out there, but this game I think is one of the, perhaps the third or fourth most popular MOBA out there right now. I'd say probably the fourth. Yeah, definitely the fourth. You'll see later. For those people who want a really, really good at the game, they have a giant ladder, and like I said, they are growing. They are trying to develop tournaments for it. It is certainly a new up and running game. Smite looks and plays smoothly enough, but lacks of character development and a bland item system that feels a knockoff of other games. However, don't let that discourage you. This game is very, very fun. The graphics look the part. The game is free to play. The item reward system is pretty good. You know, it's not doesn't feel totally free to play or pay to win, because as you play the game for free, you can unlock the characters and continue from there. They are fairly generous on their item system. Certainly not the most generous out there, but they're pretty generous. They do have daily quests. They have definitely ways of keeping you into showing up each day. I feel like some of the champions are a little bit overpowered compared to some of the other ones, but the game is awesome. It does play very well, and it's certainly a free-to-play game. It is on par with a lot of the other non-free-to-play games out there, so definitely give Smite a try. And that will wrap up our number 7th game on our list. Alright, number 6 on our list, we got Dota 2. Some of you guys are going to kill me on this one, because why did I not rank this game higher? I know we're talking about MOBAs, we're talking about free-to-play online games, but you're going to have to trust me on this one. I really like this game. Okay, I am a Valve fanboy. I love this game. However, I think there are slightly better games out there, but let's get on with the review. I feel like there are 5 other games, in fact, out there that are slightly better than Dota 2, just a little bit better. However, Dota is a fantastic MOBA, and like when I say fantastic, I mean like better than Smite, I mean like better than Tome, I mean like better than a lot of the other Dotas, or a lot of the other MOBAs out there. So it's got great graphics, an enormous community. I think it has like the second largest community, second or third largest out of like any computer game out there. So it's a huge, huge community. It's got really, really competitive gameplay too. If you've seen the tournaments out there, the Smite tournaments, it's enormously competitive. So this game is updated a lot. So a lot of the bugs and the imbalances in the game are quickly fixed. You don't have to worry about like, oh, well, this character's OP. They have so unbalanced. No, it's updated a lot. The gameplay is just mechanics are just so finely tuned. It's incredibly game. You'll never have to wait long to find a match either, because there's a lot of people playing, so you can always get into a match. I think that's something that Smite kind of struggles with a little bit, because you're in a match for kind of a long time. The queue times for the matches are a little bit longer because the community is a little bit smaller. But on Dota 2, the community is huge. You can always find a match, even if you're up at like 3 a.m. on a Sunday night. Not that you should be doing that, but if you are, you can get into a game very quickly. So overall, the gameplay is just fantastic for a free-to-play game. It is an excellent MOBA. People do spend a lot of money on it, but you do not have to. A lot of people spend money on skins and character unlocking and stuff like that, which you can naturally do through the game. However, you can get into the Steam Marketplace community and buy skins if you are really into it. And you may probably end up doing it because it's so fantastic, but I'll leave that up to you. It's like getting a AAA game that costs $50 or $60 for free if you sign up if you just download Steam, and you can download Dota 2. So I definitely recommend playing this game. It is probably one of the best games out there. What is not to love? It is a fantastic game, and that'll be our number 6 game on this list. Alright, number 5, we got Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard's answer to a lot of the popular MOBAs like Dota 2 that are stealing away everyone's attention and kind of saturating all the gamers to these big popular MOBAs. Well, Heroes of the Storm is a very new game. When I say very, it came out in 2014. It is a very, very new game. Much newer than Dota 2, even newer than Smite. And it is taking away all the players' attention. It's Blizzard's attempt to try to bring everyone back. So you have Blizzard's platform, and they have several games, and Heroes of the Storm happens to be one of them. It is a free-to-play game, like a lot of the MOBAs out there. And when Blizzard makes something, they typically do a fantastic job. Well, this is no exception. Heroes of the Storm is a very, very good game. It's not your typical MOBA either. It's another thing is it's a typical bird's eye view, but the gameplay is much different. It's revamped. It's designed to be shorter, faster, and just more focused on fighting and killing stuff rather than actually spending a lot of time farming and worry about the champions that scale well into late game and stuff like that. So what makes this game awesome? Like, isn't that typically one of the things that sort of make it MOBA? Well, yeah, MOBAs are kind of slow like that, but Here's a Storm is designed to sort of go away from that, make a much faster game. I actually like the idea, even though I sort of respect the slow farming mechanical aspects of Dota 2, which I think are very important, and I think is something very worth mentioning. Here's the Storm is almost like a new type of MOBA. It's not like, don't just consider it like a MOBA light. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's like just a MOBA, kind of like a lighter version, a noob version of the game, and certainly there is a little bit of truth to that, but take my word for it, this game is a fantastic game. When Blizzard does something, they do an amazing job. It takes all the characters from the Blizzard universe, so you have the characters from World of Warcraft and Diablo and a lot of those other games, and a couple other games, and you put them into this giant battle arena, which you can pick from. That's one of the strengths that Blizzard does just fantastically well. Unlike Smite and some of the other MOBAs out there, you really can care for the characters because you know them from previous Blizzard games, and there's not really a lot of characters either. There's only about 30 or 40 characters right now, and they just do such an amazing job with the character development. Every character is unique. They all have different mechanics. They're really, really fun to play. When you play any character in a game like Heroes, you just really, really enjoy playing the characters because they're all unique. None of them feel like a clone or a copy of each other. They're just totally unique, totally fun to play. It's much less a mechanics. I feel like the mechanics is the only thing lacking in this game. A little bit less on the mechanical part, like you would see in Dota 2, the actual gameplay mechanics and sort of the linear, very the gameplay experience, and much more on the character development, kind of looks and feel of the level. And the graphic design is amazing. The level design is fantastic, and the game is free to play. Like I said, you can get it right now if you download the Blizzard client and start playing, which I totally recommend you do, since this is easily one of the best games out there. In fact, it's the 5th one on our list. There's only a couple more that are above it. It is certainly a fantastic game, and I recommend you guys all play it. There are a couple different levels, too. It's unlike a lot of different MOBAs where you have just one kind of giant level, and you play on that over and over again. Well, Heroes of the Storm actually has 6 different levels you can play on, and they all have different objectives. And getting objectives become the most important thing in the game. So you have lanes like your typical MOBAs, but you also have your objectives, which you're all supposed to fight over. And these objectives are super powerful and much more important than your typical than farming in lane. In fact, all the experience is shared, all the gold is shared. There's no such thing as buying items. You simply pick a talent as you hit certain levels, and that's it. There's no masteries, there's no runes, nothing like that. So it is it's much simpler, yet it's much faster paced. Character development is fantastic. It's a very, very good game. So definitely give Heroes of the Storm a try, and that is what makes it number 5 on our list. All right, number 4, we got Starcraft II. Now, to be honest with you guys, I would have ranked this one higher, but since it is one of my all-time favorite games, I really, really love this game. I love RTS games in general, but this game is just fantastic. But I realize that RTS games are not for everyone, and it does have a couple small little issues that kind of prevent it from being number 1. But this game, I love this game. I play it a lot. I've actually been playing it a lot recently, playing a Zerg race. But anyway, I am not a Blizzard fan person, although I have put a couple games on this list. Not particularly a Blizzard fan person. I do love Valve games. I love other games, but Blizzard, they make such awesome games. So it's hard to really just, you can love their games without being just a total diehard Blizzard person. But StarCraft II is arguably one of the, like I said, best RTS games out there, real-time strategy games out there. And maybe one of the best RTS games of all time. It is just that good. I'd say Age of Empires, Age of Kings is a competitor for this game. But this game is fantastic. The amount of strategy that goes into this game is insane. StarCraft II is one of the few games you played professionally, so you have the esports professional level play. And it is in major tournaments like the Intel Extreme Masters. You see this game played a lot. A lot of the professional Korean players play this game. It was very big a couple years ago. Some of the professional games have moved on to a couple other games, but it's also streamed quite a bit. It isn't streamed the most anymore. There's a couple games that have kind of taken it down from number 1, but it is a fantastic game. There are so many good things to say about this game. If you like strategy games, this is the game for you. If you're into real-time strategy games, this is definitely your game. Do not waste your time with any of the other RTS games out there. What could possibly prevent this game from being number 1? I mean, it's so good. Well, the game is absolutely brutally hard. it's going to take a lot of time to get good at this game. Now, like other games that are hard, this game is just absolutely just ridiculous as far as hard it goes. It takes a lot to learn the game, and the people are really, really, really good. So if you're new to the game and you hop into the online community and start playing in the online matches, you're just going to get destroyed because people are so good. There's a massive amount of time is required to be good at this game and develop the skills and the discipline in order to keep up with people, kind of out macro them and beat them, and it just takes a lot of work. So get it, you're in it for the long haul. You're going to be really good at it, or you're just going to quit and never play the game again. It's not a free to play game either. It costs $20 to buy the Wings of Liberty, which is the first one, and another $20 to get the Heart of the Swarm, which is the expansion pack, what pretty much everyone plays on, which kind of sucks because a lot of people, it's like the new one they came out with. It's a really good expansion pack. However, it's kind of mandatory to play now if you want to play with a lot of the players who have moved on from Wings of Liberty and moved into Heart of the Swarm. The current pro scene plays on Heart of the Swarm. They're really, really, really good at this game. It's not free to play. Those are probably the two downsides to this game. Is it's very, very, very not noob friendly. But that shouldn't deter you if you want strategy games. This game is a fantastic game. Certainly easily one of the best games out there right now to play. The people are playing online. So most of the games are also 1v1 too. It's all on you. There is no team element. This game, there are a couple not so popular 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 matches, but for the most part it is 1v1. So you are playing by yourself. That's what people want to watch. That's what people play. It's all on you. So if you don't like that, I could see that could be a turn off too. There are certainly the kind of the isolated 1v1 situations where it's just so intense, like playing a game of chess or something like that. For people who love strategy, this is certainly one of the best games of all time. But for those of you who do not like to play by yourself and like to play on a team to complete objectives, well, that can be a turn off. But Heart of the Swarm, Wings of Liberty, Starcraft II in general, fantastic game. Number 4 on our list, absolutely. Give this game a try. So that is the number 4 game on our list. All right, number 3, we got Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So moving up to our top 3 games, we come across the only first-person shooter on my list. We got Counter-Strike CSGO, is what it's called. This game, along with Dota 2, make up roughly 40% of the player base. So that's right, out of the thousands of games that are played on Steam, 40%, almost 40% of all the players only play Counter-Strike and Dota 2. So this is an insanely popular game. You probably heard of it. It's nothing new. But let me reiterate, this game is absolutely amazing. I have played a lot of different first-person shooter games in my life, including the Modern Warfare, Halo, Medal of Honor, all that stuff. CSGO is hands down one of the best shooters I have ever played. The mechanics are amazing. The teamwork is amazing. The match system, the competitive online aspect of it is just absolutely fantastic. It's also very hard. Like I said, just like kind of like Starcraft II is hard. However, one of the things that is nice about this game, unlike Starcraft II, is even though there is absolutely a brutal learning curve to it, there is also, you can get into matches where players are about your skill level relatively easily, whereas I found with StarCraft II, you pretty much are just with people who are really, really, really good. The matchmaking system is much more generous. It's easier to get down to people who are at your level, whereas with StarCraft II, it's just pretty much everyone's really high level, and it takes a while to get good. So StarCraft II, or CSGO is fantastic. First-person shooter. It's better than TF2. If you guys have played Team Fortress 2, another very popular shooter out there, definitely give Counter-Strike Global Offensive a try. It's not a free-to-play game. It is $20 to get into the game, and that is a one-time fee you have to pay. It is not subscription-based, and there's no... Besides the guns you can buy in the game, you also earn guns and sell them on the Steam Marketplace. There's no expensive paywalls or anything like that. You just pretty much buy the game, you're in it, and that's it. That's all you get. You don't have to pay any more money. There's no hidden fees or anything like that. And this game is just fantastic. What makes this game so good is because the mechanics in the game are just like the arcade shooting, the first-person elements, the team-based. Everything is just so polished and so good. It doesn't feel like your typical, your Modern Warfare. It's the competitive online aspect of it. The pro scene, everything about this game is amazing. If you go on Twitch.tv, this is one of the most streamed games, and for good reason. This game is absolutely fantastic. So if you are into first-person shooter games at all, give this one a try. Do not play any other game. This game is worth every cent of the $20 you have to pay for it. and I would recommend you give this game a try. Check the Steam reviews. Read what people have to say about it. If you don't believe me, go on Steam and look at the reviews. This game is amazing. And for those reasons, it deserves a number 3 spot on our list. Alright, number 2, we got Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. That's right, number 2 on our list is Hearthstone, the final Blizzard game on our list. Now, I know you guys may be thinking I'm a Blizzard fan person, but trust me, I am not. I do not like all the Blizzard games. I have actually I didn't put the Heroes of World of Warcraft on our list because I feel like it is not near as good as a lot of the other free-to-play games out there, and a lot of the other games out there in general. I also didn't put Diablo on there because it is sort of a dungeon crawler, farming simulator kind of game. But Heroes of the Storm and definitely Hearthstone are worth mentioning, as well as Starcraft II. But Hearthstone is a fantastic game. I put it at number 2 because there are several reasons. First of all, it is a card game. It is free to play. It is not, and it is absolutely miles ahead of Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you guys like card games and you think, well, Magic the Gathering, obviously, but no, this game is miles ahead of Magic the Gathering. It is fast-paced. It is highly competitive. It features the World of Warcraft universe. So you take a game like Magic the Gathering, and instead of putting all their made-up creatures and stuff like that, you take the characters from World of Warcraft and you put it into a card game, and it works out extremely well. Game is a very competitive game. It is streamed a lot. It is really a joy to play. It is just so much fun to play. The game is so smooth. Like, I've seen the Magic the Gathering and it's really nothing like Magic the Gathering. The game is a lot simpler. It's faster paced. It's absolutely fun. It's really hard to explain how good Hearthstone is. You really have to kind of try it and see for yourself, and you will really enjoy it. It's free to play. You can get it right now. You can download it and install. It's very simple to install. The game also runs on your tablet and your phone. So if you have if you have a relatively new smartphone, like your new Apple iPhone or the Android phones, you can definitely even get that on your phone. Now, I don't recommend it. I think that it works better on the tablet and it works the best on a PC, but you can play it on Mac and you can play it on other things, but definitely give this game a try. It's absolutely fantastic. Collecting cards, crafting cards, going to the arena, doing a daily quest, and just trying to get to that number 1, that legendary rank on the Hearthstone is just really fun. I do a lot of videos on Hearthstone myself, and I play this game as my main game. It is certainly very fun to play. What makes this game... So the competitive aspect of this game is also kind of noob-friendly, too. There's a lot of guides out there to help you learn how to become a better Hearthstone player. So it is much more noob-friendly than, say, a game like Counter-Strike or Starcraft II, which is absolutely brutal when you get started. Now, there are some really good players, but there is more luck-based that goes in Hearthstone, and that doesn't really take away from the strategy at all because there's a lot of strategy in the game, but the randomness of Hearthstone, the fun, the luck, and then also the high competitive nature really kind of blend together to make this awesome, unique game that really just adds to the really good experience. So, number 2 game on our list is Hearthstone. I definitely recommend you guys try this game out. It is free to play. You have absolutely nothing to lose, and you'll probably fall in love with the game and keep playing it over and over again because it is really fun. And as they come out with new packs and new expansions, well, the game is a relatively new game, came out in 2014, and it continues to grow, continues to gather in popularity, and I totally recommend you guys try this one out. So that is our number 2 spot, the Hearthstone. There are very few things wrong with this game. That's why I'm giving it a number 2 spot on our list. Alright, number 1. Dun dun dun. So here it is. You guys knew it was coming. It's the best. It's awesome to play. It's better than the $50 or more AAA games you go out and buy. It's the reason you own a PC. That's right, League of Legends. Now, League of Legends is personally one of my favorite games. I know StarCraft 2 is probably my favorite, but League of Legends, oh my gosh, this game. I have spent more than 2,000 hours on this game and probably over $250. But it is a free-to-play MOBA game, and it is the king of MOBAs right now. It is absolutely what other MOBAs try to be like. It is the definition of esports. Like, all the competitive scene right now, the professional video game players, everyone who wants to become something streaming-wise or playing in tournaments like the Intel Extreme Masters or any of the other big tournaments out there, League of Legends is your game. And it's nice because you can become a normal person and you can work up the ladder, and if you're really good, you can just become a professional game. No other game really offers that. I know League of Hearthstone has like BlizzCon points are starting to offer that. Starcraft II, they kind of have that, but really, if you want to become a professional video gamer, this is the game to play. And it's not just professional. I mean, I know it's not just the extremely competitive nature of the game either that makes it awesome. Everything about this game, from character development to gameplay to graphics to the constant, this enormous community, it has the biggest community out there, is the most played game right now, and for absolutely the good reason. League of Legends is just a fantastic game. It's free to play, so go install this game right now and play it. If you don't like any other MOBAs on there, if you don't like MOBAs in general, you have to give this game a try. It is a fantastic game. So if someone asked me like what video game should I play right now, and I would say League of Legends hands down. There is no other better game. Why would you spend money on a game, like $50 on a game, when you could go get League of Legends? Like there's just no reason not to. It's just such a good game to play. I personally spent a ton of time on playing League of Legends, and there's so much to love about this game. I mean, it's so like good. And I may sound like a fan person, and I'm probably and I used to not like this game that much. And I played it and I started playing it. I've been around since like season 3, season 2. We're on season 5 right now. And the more I play it, the more I kind of fell in love with the game. And it's just such a good game. There's this amount of strategy and detail that goes in this game. It's like a lot of people compare it to Dota 2, and it's worth comparing. It's better than Here's the Storm. It's probably better than Dota 2 in my opinion, but the amount of like gameplay, like the graphics, obviously, and all the gameplay, but the team fighting and the team elements of the game, everything's so balanced, and just the fighting is so smooth. You know, if something it kills you, you know why it killed you. You know your skill shots, everything's just so perfect and laid out, and it just feels so smooth. And yeah, League of Legends is the top game out there. And as far as I know, I've played a lot of video games. I study the video game industry, and I have not found a better game out there. League of Legends could very possibly be one of the best games of all time. So there you have it. League of Legends, number 1. What'd you guys think of this list? Do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys disagreed, if you guys think there's better games out there, feel free to let me know below. But League of Legends takes the cake. It is the number 1 game on our list. The game I recommend any of you play if you are interested in playing computer games, online games. That is the game. So I will see you guys. Thanks for watching our top 10 list for the best games, best computer game, best online computer games out there. League of Legends. See you guys later. Have a great night.